Hello and welcome back to Transfer Hub and Up the Villa podcast. If you're new around here, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. Villa fans, I want you to get involved in the topic, what we're going to discuss. You've seen the thumbnail. You know we linked with him. So let's have a little chat about Joao Felix. So the rumour came about early last week, and we did a little episode on Transfer Hub, just briefly talking about how good Joao Felix is. And, you know, we got the normal reaction to something similar to a Joao Felix to Aston Villa. It was, oh my God, it'd be amazing if we could get him. It's like, oh, this is never going to happen. So there's no point talking about it. But this rumour just hasn't gone away. I see there's been nothing that's come out that said it's absolutely a load of rubbish that he's linked with Aston Villa. There's been nothing. And then news coming out today from Ornstein, who is the transfer guru. Jorge Mendes is reportedly pushing the option of joining Aston Villa to Joao Felix. So the rumour's still there. So I just think there's no smoke without fire. We know that there's a link with Jorge Mendes and Nassef Suarez. So, in my opinion, there's something in it. There's something. Now, whether that's achievable for Villa to sign Joao Felix with, you know, the clubs that are linked with him, Arsenal, Manchester United, you know, there's some big clubs that are linked with him. But I think the partnership between Mendes and Suarez now, I do personally feel like there's something bubbling there. There's something brewing with Mendes and Aston Villa. We saw that Jorge Mendes was integral to getting Unai Emery to Aston Villa to start with. So there was something there that he got Unai Emery to Aston Villa in the first place. We know that Aston Villa are heavily going to back Unai Emery, whether it be in this transfer window or the next transfer window. We know that he's going to be backed. And I just feel like maybe Mendes has now turned his attention to the biggest club in the Midlands and thought, you know what? Let's dabble in Aston Villa and let's get some top bracket players in at Aston Villa, because the work that he's done with Wolves has been remarkable, man. You know, to get a load of those players to Wolverhampton Wanderers, and that's no disrespect to Wolves. You know, all that Portuguese contingent that's gone in at Wolves, you know, has been a revelation in Wolverhampton, hasn't it? So I feel like the attention's now turning to Aston Villa a little bit. And I think that connection with Mendes and Suarez is strong. It's big. And we know now that Mendes wants to get Joao Felix to Aston Villa. And there's a long way to go in this, because we're not a club that's playing in Europe. But you just don't know, do you? You just don't know. So Villa fans, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How are you feeling about it? How are you feeling that this link, this rumour is still there? Who'd have said Coutinho would rock up at Aston Villa? Who would have said Unai Emery would rock up at Aston Villa? You know, we'd have been, not many fans would have said both of those things could happen. So I just think for the standard vibe of we've absolutely got no chance, I think we've got to look past that a little bit now, because we're a club now that's sort of trying to get into the top half. Unai Emery has spoke about that he wants to get Aston Villa into Europe, that he wants Aston Villa to win a trophy. We've got money to spend. Why not? Why can't we entice a superstar who's at a peak age to come to Aston Villa? And I think we're looking now at a statement signing, aren't we? You know, we saw Coutinho come in and he was a bit of a statement signing. But we're looking at sort of that next calibre of player to come in. And I'm looking at the Villa side and I'm looking at where we need players to come in. And I'm thinking we need a striker to come in. And I'm also thinking we need someone to come inside that just plays in front of that double pivot. And that is where I think Joao Felix can play, inside left or inside right. So that is where I feel like Felix could play for Aston Villa. And yeah, the link's just not gone away, has it? And it's really exciting. It's exciting for Aston Villa to be linked with a player of the calibre of Joao Felix. He's had a decent World Cup. I'd say it was one of them where it just weren't quite working out in the World Cup, was it? He was trying stuff and it just wasn't coming off at times. But, you know, he's a fantastic player. And if there's anything in this that Villa can get this deal over the line, whether it's a loan with an option to buy, something along those lines, or whether we just put a big money fee on the table, I just think it's really exciting. But we linked with it. The link's still there. So Villa fans, I'd still love to hear your thoughts. Where are you at now with this transfer rumour? The rumours are going to start hotting up now. It looks like we're still in for Marcus Thuram as well. There's a lot of clubs that are in for him as well, with a fee of around £10 million as well, because his deal is up in the summer as well. So I think we're going to be linked with a lot of players, but this is just an exciting one for me. It's something that I'm trying to get behind, trying to get excited a little bit, because he's a fantastic player. And if we can get him in, then I'd be absolutely buzzing. So thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts, and up the Villa.